It's Tuesday, April 29th, and here's some of the news beyond the headlines. There's been another blow to the democracy experiment in Egypt. A court in the town of Minya has sentenced 683 people to death, including the leader of the Muslim Brotherhood, Mohammed Badia. This video shows mothers of many of the defendants reacting to the verdict. This is Egypt's second mass delivery of death sentences. Another 529 men were sentenced last month as a part of a nationwide crackdown on the Brotherhood and supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi. A separate ruling in Cairo has banned the activities of the youth movement that mobilized support for the protests that toppled former President Hosni Mubarak 3 years ago. The April 6 movement has been accused of espionage and defaming the state. In December, 2 founders of the group were sentenced to prison time for challenging the military's clampdown on dissent. Their appeals were rejected. The pro-Russia mayor of Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkhiv, is fighting for his life after gunmen shot him in the back. Doctors say 54-year-old Gennady Kernes is recovering but remains in critical condition after surgery to repair several damaged internal organs. Once a supporter of the ousted government, Kernes is said to have since taken a softer stance towards the new leaders. And in Donetsk, masked men attacked protesters at a pro-Ukraine rally with bats, sticks, and tear gas. Dozens of the men made their way into the rally of a couple thousand people, where they were seen lobbing firecrackers and what many believed were stun grenades. Injuries were reported on both sides. Dozens of heavily armed Muslim rebels opened fire in a clinic in the northern Central African Republic as health workers from Doctors Without Borders met with community leaders. At least 16 people, including 3 health workers, were killed in what the aid group says was an armed robbery. The attack forced the organization to suspend activities in the country. The CAR has seen months of unprecedented violence between ethnic and religious groups. The fighting has displaced tens of thousands of Muslims, which the UN has described as ethnic cleansing. A convoy of international peacekeepers transporting more than 1,300 Muslims to safety also came under attack, leaving at least 2 people dead. Peace talks have kicked off between South Sudan's government and rebels to restore a ceasefire that has crumbled since its signing in January. Representatives from the 2 sides are meeting in Ethiopia after a conciliatory move by the government freed 4 men held since a failed coup attempt last year. Meanwhile, a UN human rights official has arrived in South Sudan's capital, Juba, to investigate violence which has escalated in recent weeks, including an ethnic massacre of hundreds of civilians. Check out the VICE News YouTube channel for more original reporting and documentaries from around the world.
What happened first was they pulled a hat over my eyes, then went through all of my pockets, took everything I had out of my pockets, took my coat off of me, threatened to make me get on my knees, didn't end up making me get on my knees, and then they taped my hands behind my back and threatened to shoot me a couple of times. The whole procedure seemed like its purpose was to intimidate me as much as possible.